I wish I were more optimistic about our recent racial reckoning. I wish I felt like it had more lasting change.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I think that what I wanted to do, though, was I wanted to write against cancel culture. People are really complicated. And if you make it too scary to learn and grow from mistakes, then people, so the title of the book, The Racism of People Who Love You, a story about a horrible fight that I had with my best friend, in which I accused him of being racist because he had been being racist. It's a crapshoot who was more hurt, because for a good white progressive, calling him racist is like the worst thing I could possibly have said to him. He is, however, a Southern Presbyterian, and I am a like Connecticut Yankee, so everyone repressed their feelings.
Mm-hmm.
We had a basically actually pretty lovely friendship for the next 7 years until we talked about it. He drove me to my father's funeral after I called him a racist. And before we talked about it, paid for therapy for me when I didn't have health insurance that would cover it, and really felt like I needed it. And then when we talked about it 7 years later, I had calmed down and he had thought a huge amount about it and had learned and had grown. I'm not saying that's always the answer, right? That was a really, really, really close friendship. And when the thing that caused the fight happened, we had been really close friends for 15 years.
Mm.
And there had been a lot of trust already in that friendship. I'm not saying that you should never cut someone out of your life because they say something awful. But the reality is that we are all products of a white supremacist society.
Absolutely.
We're all products of a misogynistic, patriarchal, heteronormative society. We all make huge mistakes. I don't know, over the course of this friendship in which I accused him of racism, he's never accused me of like heterosexism or homophobia.
Mm-hmm.
That does not mean that I've never demonstrated internalized homophobia to him. I don't want to be canceled for that. And well, the horrible fight was at a moment when he was not in a place where he could be called in. And I'm pretty sure in that moment I was too angry to be calling in. I think I was calling out. I think Loretta Ross is one of the wisest community organizers and activists I've ever heard. And I think that when she talks about calling people in, that's what you want to do. You want to have a healthy enough sense of yourself that you can call other people in when they make mistakes.
Yeah.
You want to have a healthy enough sense of yourself that when you get called in, you can assess the call in and grow and change. And also everybody needs a healthy enough sense of self that they know when to give up on calling somebody in when it's not working and walk away. And they also know that not every time somebody calls you in, they're going to be right. You really need to listen in those moments, but they're not always right. If somebody gave my mom shit for being a white lady in a sari, I don't think they'd be right, because she was an Indian wife and daughter-in-law for 40 years and has been a mother of Indian people for 45 years. But that requires a lot of strength. And I don't think it's strength that we always have. And so I also think that we need to both be gentle with ourselves and each other when we fail. And those of us who are in marginalized positions need to know that we don't need to be gentle and forgiving and extending forever and ever and ever, world without end.
Thank you so much.